Woo! Look what I got. I got us a couple of blue swimmer crabs. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you a really quick, easy way. You'll notice that I'm going to do quick and easy just for a little bit. We like this as a real sort of cheap alternative to the expensive crabs. And yeah, again, I'm going to show you a real quick, easy way to cook this. Sort of, you might need a wok, but it's fun. I'll show you. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to have to clean the crabs. So I don't know if you've got experience cleaning crabs. I'm just going to show you real quick. Okay, so the thing I like about the blue swimmer crabs is that it's actually a really clean crab. It's not a dirty crab like the mud crab, which like it's got shit all over it. And you got to scrub it all out. So, I mean, if you look at this, it's clean, generally speaking, right? And there really isn't anything. I think it's a swimming crab, and hence the sort of legs like this. Don't quote me on that. This is not National Geographic. And, you know, it's got really nice flesh in there, and it generally moves a lot, so it doesn't have stuff growing all over it. So the way I like to clean it is with a brush and a bit of water. And I'm just giving it a really light brush on the bits, just in case there's anything stuck on it, especially around the joints. That's what I like to do. If you like to clean it different, or if you're being shown different, then do that. Where I find most of the gunk sits is right here. See, right here. If there's any gunk at all, it'll be there. And just a little brush will do the trick. See, it's already sort of white-ish. It really isn't a dirty crab at all. It's very clean. Seawater. That's the washing of it. Now, to actually get it into bits, and I'll just do this one first. I'll do one and then you sort of work out the rest. Is you lift up its tail flap right there, and if with one finger about here, you sort of pull the back, and I don't know if you can see this, and this might be a bit gross for some of you guys who can't handle this. There, like so. Can you see? It just comes off the back like that. It's really soft. It shouldn't have to push really hard. Now this is obviously a dead crab already, so I'm not hurting it. When you take this off, and this is sort of personal preference, you don't really need to get rid of that top. Like some people use it for decoration, and I think I will keep it for decoration as well. So I'm just gonna keep that bit, just this head. The bits you want to throw away, and this is the bits I want to throw away, is this bit here. These little gill-like things. At least I think it's a gills. I think it's edible. Like, I think I've been served it before. I just don't like the taste of it, so I'm just going to pop that off. So yeah, pretty much what you do is you rip that stuff off. Then you can take the lip off here as well, just this bit here. And it just gets it a lot less bony. And the last thing I like to do is, I want to cut it up. I usually take a knife that I have designated for the hard chopping with, stuff that's got bone. If I need to chop through bone or anything, I have a knife for it. I pick a knife for it. I think they're specialist knives for this. This is the one I've picked, and I've used it for years. So you just cut it down the middle, and you have a couple of options on this. You have a couple of options. Because the claw, as you can see, is a really big part, you can actually do the claw just by itself, which I think I will. Right, so the claw just by itself. And then I cut it this way. So you get essentially 6 pieces. So 3, you get from one half, you get 3 pieces. 1, 2, 3. And from the other half, you get 3 pieces. So I'll take that off. So yeah, I noticed I got a few subscribers on my last video. I really want to thank you guys for subscribing. I know I said I was going to make some videos. We sort of toyed with the idea, and I think this year I'm actually going to really do it seriously. Because it's fun. You can actually pre-break this a little bit here. So in fact I might do that really quickly right now so it's more convenient. So you can see there's a little crack in there, and really any crack is helpful when it comes to breaking it up later on, okay? And I'm just going to walk you through what I'm going to use for flavoring. Now in my freezer I keep a ready stock of chili bits. Well, they're not chili bits, they're full chilies, but they're just little tiny ones. These are actually frozen. You can do fresh, you can do... I recommend fresh. I don't mind having frozen. When it comes to chili, and if it's spicy enough, you shouldn't be able to tell. You don't need to put chili in this recipe. It's totally optional. I find that if I don't have any chili in there, there's no zing. I'm going to just cut up some garlic really quickly to go with the crabs. So when I fry it later on, so I'm just going to chop up a bit of garlic now. I sort of slice it up and then sort of mince into tiny bits. That's how I do my garlic. The crucial bit of flavor for this crab dish is going to come from frying it in intense heat and oil. And I'm going to fry it essentially with a bit of that chili and this here, which I think is curry leaves. I can only say I think because I go and get this in the Chinese shops. It smells like lime, it smells like curry. Pretty sure it's curry leaves. That's what it looks like, it's curry leaves. Pretty sure they are. If you want it spicy and a bit of zing, then leave the seeds on. If you don't want it too bad, and I'm going to take it off because my son's going to eat this with us and he's not really a big chili fan. He's only 10 years old, but he can actually eat a bit of chili. So, but I don't want to completely discourage him from eating chili. And I'm just going to slice it really thinly. I don't want any big pieces. And I don't want it really obvious that there's going to be any chili in it. It should just give you a light zing. If any of you guys know the solution to not getting really with chili fragments on your finger, on your fingers, if any of you guys know the solution for that, why don't you pop it on the comments and tell me how to get rid of it, and I'll tell everybody else the next time. Now, to finish this off, it's really simple. I'm going to put a bit of salt on about a half a teaspoon-ish on the actual claws and bits of crab. And the other thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put quite a bit of cornstarch on. So I'm almost coating it. Now, I didn't put any water in it, and the idea is because I'm going to fry this in oil in a moment, in a wok. So I don't want it to spray everywhere, and you'll notice that there's natural juices coming out of the crab. So I don't know if you can see it, but there's like natural juices that come out. So if you just chuck the crab in there without coating it in anything, like in any of the flour, it is going to, like it's gonna splatter everywhere anyway, right? But I'm just trying to minimize it. I also sort of want to protect the insides of the crab, if that sort of makes sense. Okay. Ooh, one more little thing you got to get for this recipe is some spring onion. I'm going to chop them up into bits about this size. There are lots of elegant ways to cut this up. I'm just going to do it quite rustic because I'm lazy. That's all it is. It's so quick. You cut it up, you chuck it in there, salt and cornstarch, chop up some garlic, chop up some chili, and you're ready to fry. So I'll see you out there with the wok in a moment. Okay, I'm going to start frying now. So you'll notice my wok here is quite dark. It's really well seasoned. I've had this wok for quite a number of years, I think almost 5 or 6 years. So I've got a Rambo high pressure. I've got a Rambo high pressure gas cooker here, and I thought I'd fry it when it's a bit darker so you can see how much heat I can get out of this thing. So that's it on normal. That's it on low, obviously that's it on normal, and that's it on high pressure blasting, so right here. So it gets really hot really quickly, so I'm going to bring it down. Now not everybody's got this wok, you don't really need a high pressure wok, but you can instantly see the smoke that comes out from it. Okay, so I'm just going to bring it down because it's overheating. You do need a bit of that sort of smoke coming out. That sort of indicates that you've got the heat at the right setting. The whole point of me doing this outdoor on my balcony is because obviously there's going to be a lot of smoke when I do this, and I don't want this inside the house. So I've put some oil first. Right, now I'm going to bring the heat up, and I'm just going to put the crab pieces in. Like this. I'm just going to take the crab pieces and just put them straight in. So it's a little bit like frying, it's a little bit like deep frying. And I'm not going to put, so I'm going to do the crabs first, okay? Without anything, just the crabs by themselves. So now look at that heat coming through and the oil smoking up. That's when that goes in. Like it looks pretty well fried now. I'm just going to steam it in a little bit. So to do that, I'm going to turn the heat up. Get the heat nice and high. Get it smoking. And once it's smoking, I'm going to drop just a little bit of water in. And then it should steam right up. That's plenty. So now that I've done that, I'm just going to scoop the crab out really quickly and put it in here and get ready for the next bit. So you can tell it's cooked because everything's pink. I'm going to pull it all out now. Then I'm going to put some oil on it again. And once I've put the oil in, I'm going to need the curry leaves from before. I'm going to turn the heat down to low so I don't burn it too quickly. That's going to go in really quickly. You can smell the curry leaves. The chili goes in with the garlic. And then you return the crabs back in. Really aromatic. You can smell that curry leaves come through. Alright. So once that's sort of fried up a bit and you put your salt in, the last thing you do is you take a bit of your spring onion from before and you drizzle it over. That should do the trick. And you fry it in. It gives it a lovely color and contrast, and the flavors all over it. Alright, don't fry it for too long, because what you want to do is you just want to get enough to get the smell of the spring onion coming out, and that should do the trick. And obviously, this is optional for decoration. What I do is I just put a bit of water in and steam it up. And it doesn't take long. This is about sort of a minute or so, and especially when you have it with high pressure, it cooks it really, really quickly. So we are. There we have it. This is my blue swimmer crabs, and that's fried with a bit of chili and spring onion and all the other stuff that I told you. Alright guys, so thanks for watching. It's been a real pleasure making this video for you. If you liked what you saw, could you please subscribe, hit like, and if you have any comments for me, if you thought I rushed through anything, or if I took too long on anything, or if there's any sort of things you want explanations on, why don't you hit me up on the comments? I should have a website, and I should have a Twitter and Facebook thingy that you can go along and press buttons that say that you support what I'm doing, and any support that you give me, I'd really appreciate it. So yeah, thanks for watching.